do one of the first kind because I got...
Oh, we're doing B, aren't we? Not A. Are we doing A? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, so the stuff that we went over yesterday, like the second stuff we went over, you didn't get any of that? Okay. All right, so let's see. I got to go. I hit this to make it a pen. And then what are we doing, number 5?
Can you do just one of the 1 through 4, one of those?
Just like, all right, which one?
I guess like 2
3.
or 3.
You were about to say 3. Okay, so just g of 4. All right, well, we got to put the g function up there. So g of x is equal to 1/3 to the x. So you just do this. You just go 1/3. Now this is a 4. It's g of 4. So where do you put that 4? You put it in for the x, right? So it's 1/3. It almost looks naked without parentheses there. So I'm going to put parentheses around it. So it's 1/3 to the what? To the 4th. Okay, and then you just do 1/3 to the 4th. What is that? It's 1 over what? 3 to the 4th, right? Because it's 1 to the 4th, which is 1 over 3 to the 4th. So it's 1 over 81. Okay? That's all there is to it. Oops. Oh, I forgot. See what it did? It covered it up. And I got to go to this. I got to go to click. For some reason, it doesn't default to that. I've tried to get it to default to that, and it won't. But anyway. All right. We okay with that then? 1 through 4? All you got to do is just put that number in for the x, and you're good to go. All right. So what are we doing? We starting with 5? You didn't get 5? Didn't we do one almost exactly like that? Did you look at your notes? And you still couldn't figure it out? Well, what's the whole idea? What do we want to try to do?
Make the bases the same.
Good. So make the bases the same. So what do you think we're going to make the base into? A 2. A 2, right. Because you can make that 4 into a 2 base, can't you? All right. So what's it going to be, though? It's going to be 2 what? Squared. Now, that 2 squared is taken to the what? X power. And that's equal to 2. You can't see that? I can. After this one, I can make it bolder. So this is 2 to the what? There's no exponent there. What is it, though? On the right-hand side. What? To the first, right. It's just to the first. Maybe that's one thing you didn't think about doing. Okay. So what's this thing right here going to be? It's going to be 2 to the what? 2x, right? Because when you have an exponent taken to another power, you multiply the exponents together. So 2 to the 2x is equal to 2 to the what? First. Justin, you were watching, right? Because you were asleep the whole time yesterday. So look, I'm not trying to get you. I'm just explaining that you should be watching. So look, the bases are the same. So when you have the bases the same, you take the exponents, right? You could do it in your head, but we're going to write it all out. So you set the exponents equal to each other, and then you just solve for x. And then x is 1/2. Just like that. All right, I can come over here and hit that brush tool. And it makes it a little thicker. Okay? So let's do number 6. Is that better? Can you read that? Okay, so it's 1/3 to the x equals 27. Plus I'm standing up. When I was sitting down, it's a lot easier to write when you're sitting down, isn't it? So I got to get used to this. All right, so anyway, what do we need to do? We need to make the base the same. Well, this is 1/3, and this is 27. We did one like this yesterday. It wasn't the same exact numbers, but we did something to the fraction. What do we do? 1/3 can be written as 3, say it, to the negative first, right. 3 to the negative first is the same thing as 1/3, isn't it? Now, why did I pick 3? Because I looked at 27. Oh, this is an x, right? And I can write 27 with a base of 3. So it's 3 cubed is 27, isn't it? So it's a little tricky, but we did one yesterday. Should have been in your notes. You should have seen it. So 1/3 to the x. So 3 to the negative first to the x. We do the same thing that we did on the other problem. What do we do with these exponents? Well, first of all, we multiply them together. At this point, you probably could just do this in your head, but I'm writing all the steps down. So it's 3 to the 3rd. Bases are the same. You set the exponents equal to each other. Negative x equals 3. Divide by -1. X is -3. Just like that. We good with that? All right, that's not so bad, is it?
This is what?
Negative 3.
Oh,
All right. Are we just going to go in a row?
Yeah.
Okay. I probably shouldn't do all of them, ruin all the fun, should I? Well, my goodness, what do I do here?
I got it down so it was 3 to the 4th and 4 to the 4th.
Okay, so the top is 3 to the 4th?
Yeah.
Okay. And the bottom is 4 to the 4th? All right, that's a good thing to do, all right, because you see those big numbers, right, and you're trying to figure out what the base is, right? But if you look over here, it's 4 on top and 3 on the bottom. Because this is, I mean, this is the same as this, 3/4 parentheses to the 4th, isn't it? Would you agree? Right, because both of them be taken to the 4th power. I made 81. I just did some calculations, right? You can use your calculator if you want. You can use your calculator if you want and just figure out what to what. I mean, you know 9 squared is 81, right? And you're saying, well, okay, but look what I have over here. I got 3 and 4 over here, don't I? So it'd really be nice if I could get a 3 and a 4 to be a base to these numbers. So you take it further. So try 3. Well, you figured out that 3 to the 4th is 81, right? And it's just multiplication, right? That's all it is. And then 256. You can use a calculator if you wanted to. You know, try some things. Try, 4 to the 4th. Try 2 to the 4th. Try whatever, and you'll find out that 4 to the 4th is 256. So that's where we got the 4 from. Now, they're both being taken to the 4th power. Andrew, why don't you sit right there for me? Appreciate it. So this is 3 to the 4th. This is 4 to the 4th. So that means everything, that whole fraction is to the 4th, just like this. We all understand that part, right? But look at the problem, though. Are they the same bases? They're not. This is 4 over 3, and this is 3 over 4. I need them to be the same. But look what I did over here. Remember, when I took the reciprocal of 1 over 3, how did I make that into a base of 3? I took it to the negative first. So let's think about this. What do you think we can do here? We can actually do it to either one of these. It doesn't matter which one we do it to. Let's do it to the 4/3, though. I could, what's the inverse of 4/3? 3/4, good. Okay, so the inverse is 3/4, but what does that mean I'm going to have to do? It's 3/4 to the what? To the negative first, okay? We can skip a little bit in there, right? It's to the negative first to the x, which is going to be what? To the negative 1x. See what I did? So 3/4 to the negative first, this one, because that's where I said to sit. That's why it matters. All right, so 3/4 to the negative first is the same as 4/3. Does it make sense? When I take something to the negative first power, I'm just taking the reciprocal of it. That's all I'm doing. Okay? So if I take 4/3 to the negative, if I take 3/4 to the negative first, it's the same thing as 4 over 3. All right? Now, I took it to the x. I did a step without showing you, but we did that step over here, right? It's to the first to the x, which means it's just to the negative x. That's what I did right here. Now, check it out. Both the bases are the same, aren't they? 3/4 is my base here. 3/4 is my base here. So what do I do with my exponents? Set them equal. And look, at this point, you've already done this once. You know negative x equals 4, so you can just write the answer down, couldn't you? X is what? Just negative 4. Okay? That's all there is to it.
wait. All right, never mind.
What? Say it.
How did I missed how the 81 became 250 and over 253 became the 3/4. I just missed that.
It's because we just did some arithmetic. We just used our calculator. You just learned some multiplication. You said, you looked over here. First of all, you needed a hint to know what you wanted to get to because you know 9 squared, right, is 81. But you don't have any 9s over here, do you? You have 3s and 4s, right, for your base. So let's go a step further. 9 squared, well, 9 squared is the same as 3 squared squared, isn't it? Do you agree? 3 squared is 9. 9 squared is 81. So what is this? This is 3 to the what? To the 4th. Okay? And you say, oh, I got a 3 over here, so let's write it 3 to the 4th. So you start thinking. You get these little hints. You're like, okay, if this is to the 4th, I wonder if something to the 4th is 256. You know they rig these things, don't you? All right, so there probably is something to the 4th power. So what do? You try it. Try in your calculator. You know 3 to the 4th is 81, so go to the next one. What's the next one? 4. Go 4 to the 4th. What's 4 to the 4th? It's 256.
Yeah, and pretty
Okay.
much the rest of these are just a lot
It's kind of the same thing. Look, what do? I got to turn it on.